I need someone to tell me what flower this wine tastes like. Because it almost has a note of like dandelion. Paige spilled her wine.
But there's just enough.
We are ready with our next wine, which is Sinistra. So Sinistra, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this year it is a very, very different wine. It's almost pulled together like more on the Piccolo Rosso side, where it's a bigger blend. Generally speaking, in the past, our Sinistra has been more of an Italian blend, and this year it's got a little bit of everything. So it's 34% Merlot, 28% Syrah, 26% Sangiovese, 6% Malbec, and 6% Cab.
Those numbers are looking kind of French.
Yeah. And the thing that's so crazy is I'm like, this feels like this could be bigger. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going on. I have not tasted this wine, and I want you to know it took everything in me not to try it, because I took a bottle the last time I was in Chelan, but I didn't open it because I wanted to know what we all thought together as a family.
Maybe like a pomegranate.
Yeah. Pomegranate, a little bit of vanilla, and baseball glove.
It's got more going on. I feel like I would prefer, where in the past, Sinistra has always been my wine that I'm like, open it any time of the day, you're going to be golden. You don't need food. This one, I actually think food is only going to bring out more of what's going on inside.
Yeah, I would go spaghetti and meatballs with a bunch of Parmesan on top.
Yeah.
Classic.
Great choice.
What do we think? Do we think it's super dry? I know that some of our wine club members, the big question with the reds is always like, is it going to be too dry? Sinistra is generally speaking one of our lighter reds. Paige, you are a little more on the finicky end. What do you think? Would this be too dry?
At all. I think it has like, it's like, because I don't like cottonmouth vibes. Just not where I'm sitting at. So this was actually kind of delightful because it gives you that refined, like, red wine. Has a little bit just on the sides, but not too bad, not too shabs.
It does have a lot of strawberry on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of that red berry. All right. What do you got? Got any words of wisdom on this wine?
I'm perplexed by this wine.
Yeah. It reminds me of like roses.
Yeah, there is an interesting floral. No, it's
like
not
dark
in the
chocolate
nose.
with flowers in it.
Yeah, it's not in the nose, but it's like, or like, yeah, those dark chocolate bars where they put dried strawberry in it. Where it's like
freeze-dried
that
strawberry
kind of note. It's kind of funky.
I think this would be really good with charcuterie, like charcuterie and cheese board.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it could cut through like goat cheese because it has that high, like has a little bit of acidity and fruit.
Something about it that reminds me of Cab Franc.
I was literally going to say that. It reminds me of our Cab Franc in a way. Maybe it's just the blend itself.
You mean Cab Franc as in the Piccolo Rosso?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Piccolo Rosso. That's what I meant.
That's great. I was just like, we haven't released
Piccolo. I always, when I think of the Piccolo Rosso, I just think of the Cab Franc. That's what I like about it.
I would pair it with anything with anchovies. So like a Caesar with anchovies.
Yes.
Because this could handle a lot of salt. So Parmesan, pecorino, or anchovies, and that fishy, funky thing, it could hang.
Hey, Josh, you have to be honest, you're basically under oath. Do you have the tasting notes?
No, not at all.
That's incredible because truly, Ray's notes are like eggplant parmigiana or your favorite spaghetti and meatballs. You're very good.
Well, hold on. Spaghetti and meatballs is like mac and cheese.
But also,
hey.
Okay, she takes that seriously. But also, who says spaghetti and meatballs? I think in every wine tasting we've ever had, we've always said like, oh, something.
That is true. Well, I think we're all afraid to say it because it feels lowbrow. Like, but like, I mean, you're talking beef, breadcrumbs, so toasty notes, savory notes, acidity from your tomatoes, and then herbs. So
There's no other wine that we've had where I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love a big, like a very aesthetically pleasing, shallow, big bowl of spaghetti.
Paige is here to make sure that you have a solid vibe and a solid grammable photo. Okay, so across the board, would you say this is a little heavier than Sinistras we've had in the past?
yes, definitely.
Good. I'm glad we all agree.
It's worth clarifying that it's heavier in the Merlot way, not in the Cab way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're thinking about if you're thinking about heavy wines, Merlot is nowhere near as big of a wine as a Cab, but Merlot, it does have a really big mouthfeel because of the like juiciness, and I think that's what makes this wine really big. It definitely has the Cab thing at the end, but it's bigger in a juicy way, not an overpowering way.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Ray says, a lovely blend of your favorite Chelan Cellars reds. This vintage offers aromas and flavors of strawberries, red and black cherries with a tad bit of purple plum. Acids and tannins are moderate, edging towards medium plus. And like we said, he says, have your big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs and just have a good time. So,
Yeah.
Hey, well, cheers. Fun. Do you know what I just realized, everyone? I've not done any kind of closing on the last one.
Figure it out.
Taylor, it's just going to be a bunch of like cuts to Taylor being like, the video's ending. Good job.